Hi guys, good morning. Hi Vinay here and my friend Pradeep. We are out on Sunday morning ride as usual, as always. So at this point in time, we are somewhere between Bangalore to Hyderabad highway. We just pulled over at a spot where we thought we'll do a quick review of our 500-kilometer ride on our brand new Honda CB350 Highness. So guys, here are the bikes for you. So both are deluxe versions, which does not come with the Bluetooth feature. That's exactly what we wanted, to have minimal electronics on the bike. So guys, we got the bikes on 4th of November and just about completed 500 kilometers on our bikes. So we want to do a quick review of overall what we liked and what we did not like about these bikes, right? So I'll turn it over to my friend Pradeep to talk about the aspects what he really liked about this bike. So yeah, Pradeep, if you can tell us what you really loved about it, that will be
I
nice.
think the list is long. The list is long, and yeah, I think first of all, if somebody asks me a one-word review of this bike, it is comfort. Comfort. So it is so comfortable on the city. We've been obviously riding a mix of city-based and highway-based riding. It's very comfortable, very comfortable. The ergonomics, they got it exactly right. Your hands are somewhere low, but you don't have to reach out too farther. You can sit very comfortably. Your legs are very slightly rear set, but nothing very uncomfortable. Seat, it's an all-day seat. You can ride all day in this. Gearbox is made of butter. Clutch is amazing. Really, I mean, there are too many things. Even the dashboard, I find it exactly appropriate for what use I want out of it. Shows me the speed, shows me the time, shows me the uh, real-time fuel economy I'm getting, shows me the range left. Amazing, can't complain about a thing. And they've even got a USB charger here. Beautiful display on all the icons here. You can see whether your traction control is on, whether you're in neutral, all sorts of things. And the best part, this is a 17-liter tank, by the way. So Honda advertises it as 15-liter tank, but the tank size is actually 17 liters.
Yeah.
And it's an all-day tank. We are getting a mileage of about 36, 37.
So you can see here, guys, the bike has completed precisely 530 kilometers, and let me show you the trip and the average for that particular trip A, what we did. I think we need to start the bike in order to so here it is, guys. So it's doing at about 35.5 kilometers per liter, which is pretty decent. And we have been cruising on the highway at speeds like 90, 100, and that's what we've been doing. So amazing bike. As Pradeep said, I also agree with all those aspects in terms of overall comfort and smoothness, refinement, and ergonomics of the bike is truly amazing. But we would like to talk about certain things which could have been better on this particular bike also, right?
Yeah.
So coming to that aspect, what could have been better on this bike? So first thing first, I would like to talk about these DRLs, right? The indicators. It was not really required for these to be on all the time. It was good enough if we just had this light on as a DRL. That
this
is
again
one.
a personal thing. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't care much for it like you. I don't care much for it.
Hmm.
I wish only this could be working.
Yeah, yeah, correct. And second one, as we move here, especially the switch gear position here, the horn and indicator switch, it could have been the other way around, right? Because we are all used to using this position as a horn and this as indicator, so that's a little bit of an inconvenience, but it is something we might probably get used to over a period of time. So that was one. And
Gear lever.
yeah, thanks. And guys, especially the gear lever, what you see here, this heel shifter, this is absolutely useless because it is totally a rare set.
You have to literally keep moving your foot like this.
Yeah, so
Keep on moving your foot like
So
this.
if
It's not
I-
as seamless as Enfield.
yeah, if I am probably doing this coming from Bullet Enfield, so here we could, in Bullet we could just shift the gears and downshift, upshift just by using the heel, but here it's not possible, so we just have to use the toe lifter. So that's one thing, could have been something better here. And anything else, Pradeep, you think?
I think those are the three main things which it's again personal. You can even call them nitpicks.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a disadvantage per se. You can call it our personal nitpicks. Other than that, I really struggle to find anything wrong with this bike. And even the switch gear, which is the other way around. I find that over a period of time, your auto muscle memory actually gets used to the way it's placed. But the problem is, again, I have a Honda Activa at home, which I use. I have a 390 Adventure. So imagine I've just ridden this today for about 4-5 hours, and if I try to ride my Activa today, if I want to go to a shop and get something, my fingers again get confused.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's exactly what happens with me also. So I have an Activa as well, and I have a X-Pulse 200, which is again a brand new bike. So that is what is happening every time. So we need to unlearn, learn. So that is something which is happening that could have been avoided by Honda. So yes guys, so we'll be heading further on this highway to go further and explore some more places, and we'll keep you posted on our further rides and reviews about this bike. Hey, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Signing off. Bye bye.